Hello and welcome to the latest episode of the Racing Podblast with me, Tony Mack, and Ben Aiken from Narrowing the Field. And we're off to Cheltenham this weekend. Cheltenham, yes indeedy, for their 3-day November meeting covering 3 races from their Saturday card, including the big race of the day, the Paddy Power Gold Cup, before taking our usual party bus up to Scotland for football trixie battle at top, middle and bottom. But racing first, as always, and to Cheltenham we go, straight into the big race as well. The Paddy Power Gold Cup, the first of our 3 races under analysis this week. Ben, can you start us off with that one? At 2:20 at Cheltenham, the Paddy Power Gold Cup.
Can indeed, Tony.
And welcome along, mate. Welcome along.
Yeah, hello, Tony. Paddy Power Gold Cup looks a decent renewal, I think, of the Paddy Power. Protectorate sits on top weight off a mark of 167. Only 2 horses since 1997 have lined up in the race of higher marks. Fauquelin in 2011 and Dublin Flyer in 1997. So, fair task for the skeleton horse. He doesn't make my shortlist, but the following do. Let's Go Champ, In Excelsis Deo and GA Law. I might extend that shortlist a little once I've completed my analysis for members, but that's where I'm at just now. That's 3. Let's Go Champ. He's extremely lightly raced for a 9-year-old. It's only his 10th career start, only his 6th chase start, only his 4th handicap chase start, so he's still an unexposed type despite his age. Last seen finishing 6th in the Galway Plate over the summer. That trip maybe tested his stamina a bit too much, so just dropped back a couple of furlongs. Looks a good move. Prior to the Galway run, he won a Grade 3 handicap over roughly this trip at the Punchestown Festival. Again, suggesting that these 2 mile 4, 2 mile 5 trips are what he wants. He'll also handle the quicker ground perfectly well. So Let's Go Champ, very much in my thoughts. In Excelsis Dale was also last seen running in the Galway Plate. He finished pulled up in that. Things went wrong straight off the bat there for him. He missed the break, then he made a shocker of a mistake at the second fence. Kind of nigh on impossible to get back into a race like the Galway Plate when you start like that. So happy to ignore that effort. He's already got plenty of experience of Cheltenham under his belt. He's had 4 chase starts at Cheltenham. They've returned a win, a 2nd and a 3rd, and a close 5th in the plate handicap at the festival. He's only £6 higher than his win at Cheltenham in April. I don't see his mark being a stopping one just yet. Harry Fry also has some solid stats from limited runners at this November meeting, especially with his 5, 6 and 7-year-olds over trips shorter than 3 miles. Harry Fry is 5 wins and 2 places from 11 starts with those types. So Harry Fry can ready one for this meeting, and I'd expect In Excelsis Dale to be ready to go here. And then we've got 2022 winner GA Law. He's the other that catches my eye. He finished 2nd at Chepstow on seasonal debut last time out. He'll likely improve for that run. On his 2nd and 3rd starts in a season, he has 4 wins from 6 starts. The non-wins were when he fell last in the Sky Bet chase. And then when finishing 7th in the Coral Gold Cup last season. He looks to have his prime conditions to shoot for again here. Trips at 2 mile 3 to 2 mile 5. Tracks with undulations and grade 2 level or below, where he is 5 wins and a 2nd from 6 starts. His handicap mark is the one possible query, but he still only had 7 handicap starts. There's no hard evidence that a mark of 155 will prove beyond the GA Law. As a race, I'll be having another deep dive into once we're done here, but as things stand, I'm going to pin my colours to In Excelsis Dale. I think 10 to 1 or bigger looks decent value for the Harry Fry horse. Tony, what you got for the Paddy Power?
Yeah, I've just got a message here. Tony in Bridlington says, how has Ben left out Il Ridotto off? Because he wants to hear Ben say Il Ridotto.
Il Ridotto. How do you say it?
Fantastic. It's just a Scottish accent, right? Il Ridotto.
Il Ridotto.
Fantastic.
Rolling my R's, which Sounds dodgy, but
Brilliant. All right. Yeah, I've got Garlaw. I'm with you on Garlaw. I'm quite big on Garlaw as well, especially each way. He's around currently 13-2. 2 wins at Cheltenham. 3 from 7 on good ground. Has a win and a place over a similar trip as well. 2 from 5 career wins have come with Gavin Sheehan in the saddle. 2 from 2 in races with between 12 and 15 runners, so you won't mind this amount of runners. The size of the field, 3 from 6 on very undulating tracks as well. Garlaw can go well there and follow up on his and improve from his 2nd of 10 last time out. I've also got Ginny Destiny, which I see his favourite. It loves Cheltenham, does Ginny's Destiny. 3 from 5, hit the frame on a further occasion as well. 1 on good ground, 2 from 2 in November, Ginny's Destiny. All 5 career victories have come on a left-handed track as well, and has needed the first run in the season in the past, though. That's a little bit of a concern for me there. He has needed a little run, a little blowout first run of the season in the past. So Ginny's Destiny makes seasonal debut tomorrow. If he doesn't do anything tomorrow, he's certainly worth catching second time out in the season. And also at a big price, and I think I've tipped this on this horse a few times on the Racing Podblast. Fugitive, who is now a 9-year-old. He's had a wind up over the summer. He's failed to finish on his last 2 starts, actually, but that might have been the long season, but he's had a wind-up anyway. But he's won on seasonal debut in 2021 at Worcester, 2nd of 8 at this meeting in 2022, and he was 4th of 14 in this race 12 months ago as well. So Fugitive looks a little bit of a big price for me at around 16-1. He has won on the track, and he's also won over a similar trip as well. Fugitive for me at 16-1, but Garlaw as well, and each way for me in the big race of the day, the Paddy Power Gold Cup, off at 2:20. Moving on to the 2:55 from the not reading that out. There's a handicap hurdle, Class 2 over 3 miles at 2:55 at Cheltenham. What do you fancy in that?
Yeah, some race trends for this handicap hurdle. First, the last 12 winners all passed the following: aged 5 to 8, 0 to 10 previous handicap hurdle starts. Previously won over at least 2 mile 5, but no further than 3 mile 2. That gives a trends shortlist this year of Email Andy, Thanks for the Help, It's So Fury, and Deep Cave. Email Andy disappointed the last time he was seen. He finished a well beaten in a Class 2 at Sandown on final day of last season. He came into that race off the back of an impressive win in a Class 3 at Plumpton. I do just wonder if he's a better horse going left-handed. He has 2 wins and a place from 3 starts on left-handed tracks compared to 0 from 6, 4 places on a right-handed track. So potentially he'll leave that Sandown disappointment behind him. Now he's back going left-handed. Thanks for the help. He's been disappointing the last few times we've seen him on the track, but as a result, he's now only £1 above the mark from which he won a Pertemps hurdle qualifier off back in 2023. He actually then started the 2023 Pertemps final as favourite on his next start. Although he finished 12th of 23 that day, he was only beaten 7.5 lengths come the line, and he was still bang there at the last. He ran in that final of 128. He's now fully £10 below that mark. So from a handicapping perspective, I think Thanks for the Help does look on a very workable mark. It's So Fury, he comes in off the back of winning a 3 mile handicap chase at Wetherby a couple of weeks back. I'm not sure why they dipped back into hurdle company now. Seems a little bit of an odd move, but It's So Fury does have some strong form during the September to February period. He's 4 wins and 5 places from 11 starts during those months. So this is his time of year, It's So Fury, and he's clearly in form just now. Deep Cave, he was the other one on the trend shortlist. Probably a bit harder to make a solid case for him out with the trends. But of that shortlist, I think Email Andy looks the most likely to put his best foot forward. I think we'll see a better run from him coming back left-handed than we did from him at right-handed Sandown last time out. So Email Andy, for me, he's around 5-1 or bigger just now. I think that's fair enough. Email Andy, Tony, what you got for this handicap hurdle?
Yeah, I like Email Andy, mate. I've got that on my shortlist. Two I'm playing here would be Gowell Road for Nigel Twiston-Davis and Sam Twiston-Davis in the saddle. I'm pretty sure he's a solid and consistent 8-year-old. He's finished second of 12 at the October meeting here last month, 6th of 22 in the Pertemps final at the festival back in March. He's 1 win from 5 at Cheltenham. He has placed over course and distance. All 4 career victories have come with Sam Twiston-Davis in the saddle as well. And I've also got Z-Band as well, an Irish raider here, and I've just lost him. There you go. He was last seen finishing second of 10 at Galway in a handicap hurdle on yielding to soft ground in late October, and his form is certainly better than his hurdle form, certainly better than his flat form. He's 4 from 16 over hurdles, 2 wins on good ground, improved since turning 7 this year, 4 wins this year from 13 starts, hitting the frame on a further 3 occasions. He certainly sort of livened himself up since he turned 7, and Z-Band looks a little bit big for me at around 20 to 1. Gowell Road is the other one on the shortlist, and I'm in agreement with Ben for Email Andy as well. That's the handicap hurdle of at 2:55, 3:30 at Cheltenham. I'll just check the we can say that the intermediate handicap hurdle, class 3 over 2 miles 5 furlongs, off at 3:30. Your fancies here, Ben?
Yeah, a short list for me for this intermediate hurdle of Why Not, Wonderful Eagle, and Hamzayan. Why Not won last time out at the October Cheltenham meeting. She was able to dominate that race from the front, and there's a chance she may get to do the same thing here as well. She does look the likeliest pace angle. Doesn't look too much that will be trying to challenge her for early front running duties. Worth noting that horses that won at the October Cheltenham meeting then ran at the November meeting on their next start do show some strong stats, especially those with no more than 18 career starts and a start at around 5 to 1 or shorter. Since 2017, those types are 11 wins and 5 place from 26 qualifiers, 42% win strike rate, 62% win and place strike rate. So certainly some positives for Why Not being able to follow up here. A Wonderful Eagle has been mixing hurdles with flat and the all-weather over the past 12 months, winning under all 3 codes as well. Actually ran a close 4th in this last year off a £5 lower mark. That was on soft ground, and he does seem happier on quicker ground. He's an unbeaten 3 from 3 on good to soft or quicker. And he could well improve on last year's effort on this quicker ground. Wonderful Eagle. And Hamzayan, he's a little trickier to properly assess, which is no real surprise given he's trained by Tony Martin. But Tony Martin did win this race in 2022, a similar type in the shape of Unanswered. He came into the race off the back of 5 previous hurdle starts and had his last start in a staying handicap on the flat. Hamzayan comes here off the back of 4 previous hurdle starts and had his last start in a staying handicap on the flat. Amazingly, Unanswered won this from exactly the same rating that Hamzayan is trying to win it off, 111. Maybe coincidence, of course, but when it comes to Tony Martin, I don't think coincidences exist. Already looks like Hamzayan has been attracting some money, so no surprise should Hamzayan go off as clear favourite for this. And no surprise to see Hamzayan run a big race. There are signs that he's been plotted up for this. Good chance he'll prove to be seriously well handicapped off 111. And that's who I'm going for here. Hamzayan, some 92, about 5 to 1 around as we're recording this. So Hamzayan for Tony Martin. Yeah, we all know the fella. Tony, what you got for this intermediate hurdle?
Yeah, I've got Hamzayan on my shortlist here as well. Yeah, bookies running scared when they see AJ Martin on the race card. I had also on my shortlist, Ben, here, I had Major Fortune. I don't know whether he's come up on it's been highlighted to you, but I ended up talking myself out of it. He was on, and then I'm just like, he's a little bit, he's got plenty of Lingfield form. He seems to be running at Lingfield an awful lot and on heavy ground at the turn of the year, around the turn of the year. And then he's come out at Newton Abbott and won. But it's, I don't know, I'm not, but I must admit, Noel Feely has got some good horses and he is a good buyer as well. I think he's with David, I can't remember his name now, but the two of them do buy
David
well.
Cross.
Dave Cross, that's it,
Yeah.
yes. They do buy well as well. They've got some decent horses in their racing syndicate. And Major Fortune, I kind of talked myself out of it. I think it's possibly Cheltenham debut as well that... just see how he goes anyway. The other one is Why Not, which I agree with you. He's taken to Cheltenham, 3rd of 9 in April, the back end of last season, before a win last month, beating 12 rivals, 1 length over 2 mile, 4 furlongs. As well, off a £6 lower mark. Alice Stevens was in the saddle that day. Sam Twiston-Davis takes over. 7 starts for Why Not, and I think he's improving nicely as well. So, yeah, I've got... and also, did you have Long Draw on your shortlist?
I did not.
Oh, right, sorry. I've got Long Draw on my shortlist as well, but I've taught myself out of that one as well.
It's an open sort of race, to be honest.
It is, isn't it? Yeah.
It took me a while to kind of narrow it down.
Yeah, it's a difficult one. This, I've got more crossed out than I have that are just living with us at the minute. So, Major Fortune and Long Draw were on my shortlist, but I've talked myself out of them. Why Not? I'm very interested in at around 6-1, and Hamsian, I'm just watching the market in the morning, I think, but he's on my shortlist. So there you go. There's. Hope everything's clear, but as clear as mud. There you go for the 3:30 at Cheltenham, the intermediate handicap hurdle over 2 miles, 5 furlongs. Right now, it's top, middle and bottom time.
Oh, golly, what a boy! The great thing about loving football is you cannot explain why you love it. It just happens. Chasing a ball round a park, wanting one team to win against the other.
El Mahoney, right foot, whips it. Oh, jeez, he peeps, man.
Can't believe it's still funny. It still makes me laugh. Top, middle and bottom, time for round 16. Top, middle and bottom. How did we get on last week, Ben?
Just the one winner for me. So -4 return, but 2 winners for you, Tony. Returning plus 1.16, just Elgin City. Slipping up at Bonnyrigg Rose, letting you down. Bonnyrigg Rose, who this week were deducted 6 points for having a slope on their pitch.
Unbelievable.
I think someone grassed on them, and I'm assuming it was
Somebody
you,
grassed on them!
Yeah, I'm assuming it was you, big man, because you ruined your trixie, so you went and grassed on them. That pitch is squint. Ban them. But yeah, current totals for us. Me, plus 6.38. Tony, minus 15.64, but you're chipping in.
Chipping away, mate.
Chipping away. My top, middle and bottom this week. Top, Ayr and Queen's Park to draw at 12-5. 2 evenly matched teams here. Both probably just falling short of being challengers for the title, but should be fighting out for the playoff spots. I reckon this will be a tight game. Hopefully they'll fight out a draw, Ayr and Queen's Park. Middle, Cali Thistle and Alloa to draw at 5-2. Cali Thistle, despite their troubles, they've been keeping things tight at home. 2 wins and 5 draws from 7 matches. They've only conceded 4. Alloa keep things tight on the road. 2 wins and 4 draws from their 6 starts. Only 6 conceded. So another potentially tight game here, and I will plump for another draw. And bottom, Elgin City and Forfar to draw at 23-10. Elgin they're struggling with injuries at the minute, and their matches with Forfar are always tight as well. 17 of the last 18 matches between Elgin and Forfar have finished either a draw or a 1-goal separating the teams at full time. So I will plump for my third top, middle and bottom draw of the week here at Bonnyrigg, giving me a top, middle and bottom of top, Ayr and Queen's Park to draw, middle, Cali Thistle and Alloa to draw, and bottom, Elgin City and Forfar to draw. Tony.
I have 3 aways this week. Top is Falkirk away at Livingston at 21-20. Middle is Alloa away at Inverness, 21-10. And bottom, East Fife away at Racing Podblast sponsored Clyde at 6-4. I don't fancy.
Ruined them. We've ruined.
We have. We have.
Sorry,
It's
Clyde
written
fans.
off already. The season's ended.
That's gone.
It's gone. It's gone. So Falkirk away at Livingston, Alloa away at Inverness, and East Fife away at Clyde. There you go. Excellent stuff. Many thanks for listening to the latest edition of the Racing Podblast. Very best of luck with your bets at Cheltenham this weekend. You catch more from Ben over at narrowinthefield.co.uk. Big thanks for listening this week. Have a great weekend, everyone. We'll see you all next week. Have a great weekend, Ben.
You too, Donny. Cheers.